Any...
Right? Oh, sorry, if you were gonna
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, right, like I said before, I can make this pretty brief. You don't really tell me who you are. What are you doing? Why should I work with you? Give me the important information, mate. Because as far as I'm concerned, you could be any old schmuck.
That is true to an extent. I represent a collective of individuals that are working towards solving the ongoing crisis here in the world.
So you guys are like a cult or something? Like, who describes himself as a collective of individuals? You got a compound out in Montana?
No.
Costco membership.
We do not have a compound out in Montana. We are currently... Well, let's see. We have contacts in Indiana. We have a couple of contacts in Brazil. We have a couple of contacts in New Hampshire. Some in Turkey.
Why us?
Mr. Worldwide here, eh?
Why you? Well, very few individuals have the abilities you guys do. We don't know the details of the experimentation that was done, but we know of the experimentation.
Let me take a step back here for a second. Call it a personal curiosity. Your agents in New Hampshire. Are they aware of what happened up there?
Intimately.
I say.
They were the ones that reported it to us, if we are talking about the same thing.
Ah, so you're the bastards who sent most of my friends to their death.
No, as I had already told you. I'm assuming, he looks you up and down, I'm assuming you still have somewhat of a military-style dress.
Probably pretty... not... Honestly, at this point, he probably just looks like some stupid military surplus LARPer at this point. he doesn't have official anything left.
Looking you over, assuming that this getup is work-related, as I had told you, don't work for the government.
Don't work for the what, sorry?
Don't work for the government. So, I would not have been, or my organization would not have been responsible for your people dying, assuming that you aren't just some cracked out fool that tells everybody to call him Sarge and says that he has a Purple Heart when he really doesn't. And to be quite frank, let's hope you're not, because nobody likes that guy.
I was barely even anything until, a couple months ago when they called everyone in. No, that's not relevant. Anyways, yes, he's gonna stop being so confrontational for a moment to think about things.
Looks over at Alice and just goes, "Can't speak." He pauses for a moment. I might be able to fix that, but I'm not sure what sort of other issues that would cause. We'll just leave you as is for now.
Her eyes did go wide at that fixing it part, because it is rather difficult for her. Easy for her to be ignored, and she doesn't really like that.
Pop bacon as well. You got like a text-to-speech device, plug it into her phone. That would work, I think.
That would be...
It's like some new tech. You like plug a phone into her head.
Now she's backing away a little.
Nothing.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying. I saw that in the movies. That the secret government folks here could probably do it, right?
He writes no more body work.
No, it would not be anything so crude. No. As stated, I don't know what other issues it might cause. It might make her senile. I have no idea, so I'm not willing to take that chance. And looking at her, I doubt she's willing to take that chance either.
She shakes her head rigorously.
I would really appreciate it if you would stop referring to me as a government agent.
Afraid of the FBI kicking down your door or something, arresting you?
Oh, no,
Very well, Mr. Strange, CIA operative-looking man in the street that I've just seen eviscerate a gentleman.
He is fine.
Prove it.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. Continue. I'm gonna need a moment here.
Okay. Alright, so we've covered the sort of who you are, why you want to work with us.
But...
Well, the fact of the matter is you don't just sign a contract without having any idea of what's expected of you. If you expect me to... I don't know what you want of me, eh? You know?
what I want from you. It's twofold. The first one is I want to know the extent of the experiments done on you. I'm aware of where you escaped from. I'm aware of other experiments that went on in that location. I want to confirm my suspicions. So does my group. Once those suspicions are confirmed or denied, the next step is simple. You will aid us in dealing with the ongoing global crisis. Just like our agents in Indiana, the agents in New Hampshire, and the agents in Turkey and Brazil are.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of them, but I can only speak for myself about what happened. The others seem to have had less of a pleasant experience under the Pentagon. It wasn't exactly pleasant, but I knew what I was signing up for.
Go on. He kind of also looks over at Alice.
Very well. Well, as I may have insinuated already, I was up in Hanover a short while ago. We were sent there. We were deployed. Reservists sent in, maintain the peace. Well, as I'm sure you already know, the bug things that were hiding there.
Ah, yes. We are quite aware.
Butchered most of us. We got a couple and we had to fall back. Long story short, we lost a lot of good folk fighting those things. Well, and I barely got out of it alive.
I would call you exceedingly lucky, as those things prove even a challenge to changelings.
Yeah, anyways, I don't know what you're rambling about now, but, well, like I said, I got out of there alive, but not unhurt, unharmed. A couple of us got nicked. I don't know the entire mechanism of action, how the worms worked, but, well, I don't have to be a doctor to tell you worms in your skin ain't healthy for you. They told me they were gonna kill me, so they offered a treatment to not die. I might as well have died. It hurt like hell. But we ripped the thing out. And now it scuttles in the rafters following me around. But it's far more docile than the others.
This entire time, he's kind of nodding like, pretty much the nod is, I've heard this all before. None of this is anything new to him.
I'm gonna look around. Where is my comedically timed insect friend? Are you under a car somewhere? It must be off. I don't control the thing. I tried. Tried to train it. It didn't really listen.
He pauses for a moment. So, I realize you don't speak for everybody else. Is there any way you could get me into touch with everybody else?
No. There's one right here. I don't know what the others are doing. They're off burglaring a hospital for medical records or something. I'm not really sure. They wanted to be stealthy, and then they just broke into that hospital.
Alice smacks him in the arm. Because you look like
one from me.
Scribbles, don't tell.
You do see him press the little earpiece, and he goes, "You heard all that?" You do see the ones closer to the ones from the first SUV begin to make their way into the building.
Hey, you better tell if the man you blew up on the sidewalk over there is actually okay. You better have a better plan to make friends with him than me. Because I'm not sure he's going to be so forgiving.
Well, thankfully, these windows are tinted enough that he would have no idea that it was us.
Oh, come on. You get run over by a tinted black SUV and a bunch of CIA LARPers show up and where you're stealing. Put two and two together, man. My God.
He shrugs and he goes, "So, what of you, silent one?"
He writes, you want us to go back to that place?
Oh, heavens, no. That place... It's a wash. Those labs are crawling with things. Not safe for habitation of any sort at this point in time.
Then how will you know, or how will you find out why we were made? And how and all that?
We have our own labs. Our labs are unfortunately probably not as sophisticated as that area was. He kind of gestures. And there is a look of disappointment that comes across his face. Roll me wits plus empathy.
Okay. Let's see here. 1 success.
So, I'm waiting for Adrian's roll.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to as well.
Unless you're not looking at him.
I mean, I guess I am.
Nothing else? Oh, yeah.
This is the first expression you've actually noticed come from this individual. And this expression seems more forced, rather than a natural expression. Almost like he thinks it's the correct expression, so he's doing it. Our lab, unfortunately, is within the back of a van. Look, we're not...
What expression is he making?
It's pained, as if he really wishes it wasn't.
Okay.
Because of the nature of the forces at work here in the city, we have to stay on the move just about as much as you do.
GoFundMe couldn't afford a trailer. You don't have to answer that. That's...
I had no intention of answering
Well,
that.
Alice-
I already know.
Alice writes, I was taken against my will, and you want me to volunteer.
I realize the predicament you're in. How very similar things are looking from your side of the table. Do not misunderstand that. Let's just say most of the people we work with didn't have a choice in what they became. A lot of them were born. A lot of them were created. None of that was by our hand. That I can promise you. We're not in the habit of turning people into something that they're not meant to be. Now, should situations happen, such as yours, such as the individuals in Turkey, will we make the best of broken eggs? Most certainly. And with that, we're gonna return to the inside of the office. Stapler at the ready.
Desmond is the only person in the doorway, so Rick is just standing next to the door, just like, get him away from here before Because I don't want to hit him, but I will. Not Desmond.
Right, of course.
Listening to the footsteps, he's probably about 3 feet away from the door. So
there's not really much we can do in regards to that. He's going to see us. Or see me, at least.
you hear the echo. You hear the footstep.
Desmond's going to move closer into the room, actually.
Right, slam the
And he's
door
going
shut
to
and
shoot
sit
a
tight.
knowing look towards Rick.
Blackwell, you're slamming the door
Okay.
shut.
Yeah, might as well. Blackwell will try to force it shut.
Anybody going to stop Blackwell?
No, I'm not going to. I'm actually going to help Blackwell.
Let me make a roll. He's close enough to the door.
Oh no.
This is going to be dexterity. Dexterity plus strength. Makes sense here. Dexterity to get there, strength to not just be pushed back by the door. So, Desmond and Blackwell, give me opposing rolls.
Alright,
strength.
and what would the dice pool be?
Strength plus dexterity will do. No, since you guys are actually already at the door. Strength athletics.
Strength, athletics.
Who's the main actor in this situation?
I would assume Blackwell.
Okay. So,
Alright,
Desmond, give the supporting roll.
One success.
You get
Alright,
one
I'll
bonus die.
3 successes.
Nice.
You slam the door shut. The guy looks at you through the glass, kind of tries the door handle.
Oh, Blackwell is gonna try to kind of duck down behind the glass.
Hand immediately goes down to the keypad, and anybody that can see his face can see the dumbfounded look on his face as he realizes, what the hell's the code? And you see him mouthing underneath his breath, or you see him mouthing what look to be numbers, as you can tell he's repeating numbers, and then occasionally a shake of his head. And then that's when he pulls out his cell phone and starts calling someone.
Dang. Alright, gonna make an executive decision here.
And what is that
Are you-
decision? Oh no.
Blackwell is going to spend a point of willpower or I would like for Blackwell to spend a point of willpower, reset Memory Thief, and use it on this dude for the 3rd time this chapter.
How much willpower do you have left?
If I spend it this time, I'll have 3 left.
Alright. Spending a point, since you don't technically have to touch them. From my
Yeah, no,
understanding.
However, while you do this, I'm going to open the door, yank him inside, and set him down on his seat. Because I know what you're about to do, and I'm just telling everyone, get out, get out, get out.
So you're
This
reaching
is just
in
a
and
normal
grabbing
day
this
for
guy?
him. Yes, before he can dial the
Blackwell's
phone.
probably just gonna reach out and, like, touch his arm or shoulder or something.
So,
And just make him forget this entire scene of what he's calling those people for, and then everyone's just gonna book it.
okay, so first off, Rick, I'm going to need a strength plus brawl minus 4. Let me confirm that real quick.
Actually, if we leave him outside, like if Blackwell just reaches out, pokes him for the memory thing, and makes him completely forget what he was doing this scene, we could just chill in here if he like didn't have any urgent business to get back to. And if we just like hide behind the window, he won't know we're in here. It's just like, oh darn, I've forgotten the passcode. And that kind of buys us some time.
Yeah, so it's gonna be strength plus brawl -4 to grapple, since you're attempting to grab him.
Okay, willpower then. Again.
And if that absolutely doesn't work, I guess Desmond could also just mutate and just change to a different variation. Like electrokinesis and turn off the phone.
2 successes.
Okay, you succeed in the grapple. Get a hold of him, pull him in. He is actively struggling because, well, some random person just grabbed him and is pulling him into an office with people he doesn't really know, so yeah, he's resisting.
Gonna plop him down in his chair.
No words?
How much resistance is this guy actually offering? Like, could he push Rick off reasonably just at a first glance?
Well, let me go ahead and give an opposed grapple check here. Strength plus brawl. Looks like Rick has a handle of the situation, but, I mean, this guy is acting a fool, so to speak. What are you doing? You know, get off of me! Who are you? What are you doing in my office? And he, oh, go ahead.
You weren't here. Goodbye.
Yeah, Blackwell's gonna make that roll to use Memory Thief.
Oh no.
Oh,
Dang.
For some reason,
just pokes.
this guy's mind, maybe it's just deadened from the job that he has, but his mind is just so very hard for you to get a hold of. I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. You guys broke in here. I don't know how you guys broke in, but you guys should not be in here.
You should stop talking, moving your tongue. If you move your tongue again, I'm gonna cut it out and shove it down your throat.
The
You're gonna
vampire
roll for
seduction
intimidation.
has no power over the hardworking farmer.
Give me the intimidation check there.
Do I get a bonus because he's physically being held down? And he's outnumbered as well, so we definitely could do it if we wanted to.
Rick, give me the opposed grapple check, so that's strength plus brawl here.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh, wait, you didn't roll anything.
Oh yeah, you didn't roll any dice.
What? I had my I had them selected. I don't know what's up with that.
Are you on simple roll or sheet roll?
Oh, I was on simple roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's on sheet roll, it'll.
There
we
you go. Nice, just enough.
This tussle, this particular tussle, is a lot more violent. Rick, you can feel this is escalating very quickly. His struggling is getting a lot more violent, and you're having to put a little bit more effort into holding him back. I will go ahead and say, though, the fact that you're still able to hold him into place, you are going to get a +1 to your roll,
Woo!
Desmond.
Oh. Oh well.
He gives you almost kind of a cocky look. And he goes, even if you were to do something like that, I could still bellow at the top of my lungs and somebody would hear me. A matter of fact. And then he starts screaming as loud as humanly possible.
If I won the second grapple check, could I do a move to, like, cover his mouth?
If you want to, I will say you can do that retroactively, yes.
Okay.
So
Sure.
you don't get the exact words, but you do get he's not afraid of you. This desk jockey is not afraid of you.
Please pipe down before the plant gets it.
Is that something Blackwell actually says?
And making notion of that, Desmond's actually going to turn and go grab the plant.
He kind of looks at you guys odd, like,
You're in the wrong hospital. You need to be in the psych ward.
yeah, kind of. The look of like, why are you threatening a plant?
Well, the plant has a pot.
This plant is your only connection to the outside world here, and I will sever it.
Can I make one more move?
Let's go ahead and make that grapple check to see if that's possible, yes.
Okay.
Please, he wants to be free. He's not going to be free. What is the move?
So I'm going to use close quarters combat to try and crack his head into the plant's pot and knock him out.
So that's going to be, what?
Would that be a called shot?
No, I know
Damage?
It's part of close quarters combat.
Yeah.
Using your environment, and I think it's a specific move with it, right?
Yeah. It would end the grapple though, so
And
I just
does it
want to knock
inflict-
him out somehow.
Does it inflict lethal?
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I thought.
He'll be beaten down then.
Yeah. So that's going to be 3 points of lethal damage? Should you go through with that?
All right, cool.
So he's not going to go unconscious. His health track's not that small. However, as the pot shatters and the tree kind of falls limply to the ground, the soil, cascades out of it. He holds a bloody head and he goes, Look, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I have
But
a
I said
family.
scream, like you said, right? Scream. You're not going to? Good.
He's
we
kind
can
of
talk.
blinking as you can tell his vision's dazed a bit. Look, you want money? And he starts rifling through his pockets and he pulls out his wallet and throws 20 bucks. Looks like that's the entire contents of his wallet.
I mean, I take the 20 bucks
Right.
and I'm just going to stomp on his cell phone and let's get out of here.
Sir, all we want is your silence.
We'll get it one way or the other. Understand?
He nods, but it's kind of that half-hearted nod where you're honestly more concerned about moving your head rather than actually trying to communicate.
And I think we have an understanding. And I hope I never see your face again. Are we gonna dip or?
Yeah,
He's not
Blackwell's
making any
gonna dip.
moves.
We need to leave.
That's probably a good idea. Get back with the other two.
Yeah, Blackwell just like pokes its head back before they leave. Like, sorry about the plant.
As you guys are just traveling together to leave?
Yeah.
Roll me
Hold on.
perceptions.
Oh, we beat
It's
up an
for-
office
supplies,
worker.
or-
I feel dirty.
Yeah. Is this for an impending trap or ambush?
I wouldn't
Wait,
call
what are
this
we
a trap
rolling?
or an ambush either.
Okay.
These guys have no malice intent.
2 successes.
One success.
Wait, we're rolling perception.
Yes.
Yes.
What's composure?
Nothing.
So, Blackwell and Desmond, you're the two that notice the suited individual walking through the hallways very nonchalantly, but every door they come across, they make sure to poke their head in, look back and forth before moving on to the next one. Once again, if the most generic looking individual, the most generic government looking individual you could ever imagine, down to even the haircut. Hasn't noticed you yet. Hasn't quite reached the hallway yet. One of those things, you step out into the hallway, you see him, and then instinctively step backwards. Probably having to grab Rick, who doesn't notice the individual.
Is this individual just staring just at us or say anything?
He's going down the hallway looking in each and every door. He hasn't noticed you yet, but he is making his way towards the hallway that you guys are currently down.
We might have noticed him through like the mirrors that they have at the top of hospital hallways.
Yeah, to make sure that
Could have been.
gurneys
it for
don't
you
run
guys.
into each other, so on and so forth.
Rick. He kind of just shoots his arm out before they make the turn in the corner.
What? Oh.
I think we've overstayed our welcome here.
Blackwell will stick towards the back of the group that's closest to these guys.
As you
Tried.
watch
Oh.
him in the mirror, he's reached not the hallway, but the door right before the hallway on the opposite side. As you see him poke his head in, look around.
Are there any open doors?
Not at this corner of... You're not too far from where you started, essentially. So, I mean, you could get to that room before he gets to the hall. You could get back to the room, but I doubt that's the go-to move here. You would have to make kind of a mad dash for it and would make a lot of noise.
Ideas? We could
There's
just
only
look
one of
at-
them, right?
Only one that you can in the mirror, yes. Which actually in the mirror you see that this individual has been paused for a moment and is apparently drawn the attention of somebody when he poked his head in the room. Somebody seems to be talking. You can make out a little bit of what's being said. It's somewhat indistinct, kind of what's going on, what are you doing here? The person responds with, there was an incident with a broken window. We're just following up an investigation on that. You know, that type of conversation going on. What's the decision?
My thoughts are that Blackwell could use memory to a level thief on this dude if he gets nearby. Nothing particularly guaranteed with that, though. But amongst our group, from what we know at least, the only person, assuming Desmond has told us, the only person he might recognize is Desmond. None of us have any way of knowing, though, if they would recognize the rest of us, if they've been giving pictures or briefings or what have you. So I feel like the memory thief thing could be reliable if it works out with the dice pools.
We could use that in tandem. Maybe I could just make another copy and just send him through.
You hear the end of the conversation. And then the footstep as he turns around and begins to slowly make his... Not slowly, but not with any real haste. Make his way to the hallway. He breaches the hallway and looks
Do we
directly
wanna
at the
ambush
three of
again?
you.
How close are we?
He's walking about in the middle of the hallway. If you guys are bunched up at the corner, then, you know, it's not like he's hugging the corner and all of a sudden you're 2 inches from each other. He looks at the three of you. Goes, first of all, I think the first words out of our mouth needs to be sorry. Looking directly at Desmond.
Our mouths?
He kind of...
I'm missing one of you. And I'm not saying sorry.
I'm apologizing. To you.
So so I'm assuming whatever happened to my copy, that was a result of you guys?
The second van that we brought, yes. We apologize for that. We can be a little bit brash with decisions. We knew that was not you. And he kind of purses his lips as he thinks. We knew it wasn't you. However, I'm aware experiences like that can be unpleasant.
Would you like to find out?
Oh, I already have. Multiple times.
I mean, for yourself.
Oh.
What it feels like to experience that.
He nods. Yes. Experienced that multiple times myself.
Who are you?
Names are a tricky thing. I believe this particular person's name was Robert Frost.
This person's.
Very, very long and complicated story. Would be best if you just follow us. We're already discussing things with Alice and Adrian.
Discussing. Is that euphemism? Where are they being held?
No thanks.
Oh, that clarifies things. Good to meet you, Robert Frost. And Blackwell will stick his hand out.
He has this kind of look on his face as he kind of sneers at your hand. He reaches his hand out and takes your hand.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Deviant the Renegades, Children of the Plague, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcome. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, is there forgiveness for the murderer that birthed you?